Hello everybody, this is Refresh and I'm here to bring you a Magic the Gathering Guilds of Ravnica sealed deck building. This is going to be one of two sealed decks that I build, and after I build them I'm going to be playing them against each other and against the challenge decks from Theros. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open these packs, show you what I get inside, and then I'll move on to deck building. So let's begin. Pack 1 we have a Leapfrog, Goblin Locksmith, Ledev Guardian, Unexplained Disappearance, Bartizan Bats, Portcullis Vine, Gateway Plaza, Deadweight, Undercity Uprising, Parhelion Patrol, Smelt Ward Minotaur, Sunhome Stalwart, Wee Dragonauts, Guildmage's Forum, Dimir Guildgate, and an Elf Knight token. Pack 2 we have an Unexplained Disappearance, Cosmoctronic Waves, Sworn Companions, Wall of Mist, Urban Utopia, Moodmark Painter, Is It Locket, Deadly Visit, Iron Shell Beetle, Justice Strike, Smelt Ward Minotaur, Circuitous Fruit, Legion Warboss, Drowned Secrets. As a foil, Is It Guildgate, and an Elf Knight token. We have a Dazzling Light, a Fire Urchin, Ledev Guardian, Wild Ceratok, Child of Night, Whisper Agent, Capture Sphere, Erstwhile Trooper, Maniacal Rage, Hired Poisoner, Undercity Necrolisk, a Boros Challenger, a City Watch Sphinx, Divine Visitation, Selesnya Guildgate, and a Goblin token. Then we have a Leapfrog, Goblin Locksmith, Ledev Guardian, Wary Okapi, Dowser of Lights, Hammer Dropper, Dimir Locket, Luminous Spawns, Candlelight Vigil, Piston Fist Cyclops, Demotion, a Invent, Goblin Banneret, a Midnight Reaper, a Dimir Guildgate, and a Soldier token. Then we have an Intrusive Pack Beast, Maximize Altitude, Barging Sergeant, Wild Ceratok, Spinal Centipede, Fresh Face Recruit, Artful Takedown, Somala Woodshaper, Devious Cover-Up, Rhizome Lurcher, Necrotic Wound, Glowspore Shaman, Sunhome Stalwart, Steam Vents, nice, Golgari Guildgate, and an Angel token, which goes well with that Divine Visitation. And our last pack has a Rebel Build board called the Culprit, Passwall Adept, Maximize Velocity, Spinal Centipede, Crushing Canopy, Watcher in the Mist, Pause for Reflection, Rosemane Centaur, Garrison Sergeant, Crawl Harpooner, Crush Contraband, Okran Assassin, Ritual of Soot, Boros Guildgate, and a Soldier token. And that's everything we have. Let's take a look at what we have open so far. In white, Crush Contraband is a sideboard card. It can be okay, but only if my opponent has something that's really good. Call the Culprit could be a one-of in the main deck. Sunhome Stalwart is a pretty good aggressive creature. Intrusive Pack Beast is an okay creature. Demotion can be good in a very aggressive deck. Candlelight Vigil is not terribly good, so we'll put that at the back. Luminous Bonds is removal, and it's quite good. Ledev Guardian is a mediocre 23rd card, I guess. Divine Visitation is good if you can produce a lot of tokens. I don't seem to have much in the way of token generators except for that Legion Warboss. So this is something to consider if I can generate a lot of red tokens. So we'll put it in the consider medium of the pack. We'll put Ledev Guardian here. There's a token generator that could create a lot of tokens. But again, Divine Visitation doesn't do much by itself, so it really has to work with a lot of token generators. The Sworn Companions is okay. We have a second Sunhome Stalwart, which is pretty good. Parhelion Patrol, which is not bad either. And another Ledev Guardian, I have a lot of those. Alright, so that is what we have here in white. In blue, we have a Watcher in the Mist, which is pretty good. I like Passwall Adept okay in terms of an early game play that can become a little better. Devious Cover-Up is not that great. Maximize Altitude, I don't really like that much. Leapfrog is just okay as well. Probably a little better than Devious Cover-Up. City Watch Sphinx is again another beater that can win the game, so we'll put that up top. Catch Sphere is removal. Dazzling Lights is conditionally good. It really depends on what my opponent's doing. Drowned Secrets is good if you're playing the mill deck, but you can't really play milled in sealed, so we'll put that down here. Wall of Mist is a blocker. I guess it's okay if I'm playing a very defensive control deck. Unexplained Disappearance I like quite a bit, and I have 2 of them, so we'll put them over here. And then we have another Leapfrog. So blue is okay in terms of power. We have removal, we have some game winners, and then some decent other cards. So it's definitely something to consider as well. It's not out. Black has a Ritual Soot, which is a pretty good board wipe. We have Spinal Centipede, which is alright as well. Necrotic Growth can be decent, depends on how much undergrowth we have. So this is really dependent on getting good undergrowth. Another Spinal Centipede. Midnight Reaper is pretty good. I like that a lot as a way of drawing cards. Dowser of Lights can be okay. Undercity Necrolisk is, I guess it's okay. It's not the best card, but I wouldn't dislike it in my deck. Hired Poison is pretty good. I like that. The Child of Night is not terribly good. The Deadly Visit is unconditional removal. I like it a lot. The Moodmark Painter, I don't think is that good. Again, this is all dependent on what I can do with undergrowth, so we'll put it down here with Necrotic Wound. Deadweight is pretty good removal too, so we'll keep that. The Bartizan Bats can be good, but it's kind of conditional. So, black, as usual, has a lot of good removal, and some decent creatures as well, so it's not out of the question either. And for red, we have a Maximized Velocity, which I don't really love. It's a card, I guess. Rubble Belt Board is, again, not an especially impressive card. Barging Sergeant I don't love either, just because it's so expensive and so fragile. I think I like the Rubble Belt Board better, to be honest. Goblin Banneret's good in an aggressive deck, and the Goblin Locksmith is, well, it's a sideboard card against decks with big fat walls, so we'll put that on the bottom here. Maniacal Rage can be good only in very aggressive decks. Fire Urchin's good if you're playing the Izzet deck, but I don't know if we're going to be playing that. It's possible, but we don't really have a lot of good instant sorceries, so it's not high on my list. Legion Warboss is great. Legion Warboss can do a good amount of damage and can generate a ton of creatures, so I like it a lot. The Smeltboard Minotaur is, again, kind of probably only good in an instant sorcery heavy deck. Otherwise, I would put it in the medium range. Maybe a little better than, I don't know, the Goblin Locksmith. Cosmotronic Wave is a good way to finish off your opponent if you're playing an aggressive deck, but only if you're playing an aggressive deck. So we'll put that up there. There we have the second Smeltboard Minotaur. That may actually allow some sort of really aggressive strategy with like red and white to work. Between the Banneret, the 2 Smeltboard Minotaurs, the Cosmotronic Wave, some way of getting through for a lot of damage. Green, we have a Crowl Harpooner, which is decent for sideboard tech, but I mean, the stats are pretty good, so I'd probably always play this anyways. Positive Reflection, pretty bad. Crushing Canopy, very much a sideboard card. Wild Ceratok is a decent body. I wouldn't be upset to be playing one, but it's not a great card. Same with Wild Okapi, just kind of medium. Circuitous Route is a good way to get cards and fix, so I don't dislike it, but I have to be really building up to something. I don't know if there's anything that I'm building up to. Iron Shell Beetle is a decent 2-drop. Urban Utopia is a fixer that replaces itself. I think it's okay. I think I'd rather play the Circuitous Route if I had to play one, and then Pocarl's Vine is not especially impressive. So green looks like it's the weakest color so far, but let's see what we have in the 5 guilds and see which guild is the strongest of the bunch. So if we're going to play green-white, we get 1 Rosemane Centaur, which is pretty good, and a smaller Woodshaper, which is decent, and a Guildgate to help fix, but none of these are saying that I should really be playing green-white, especially with green being on the weaker side, so I think that's out. But can we play green-black? Because we have a lot of Golgari cards. We have an Ocarina Assassin, which I like, Guildgate, which is good. This will feed Undergrowth, and this benefits from Undergrowth. I don't really like the Earthspell Trooper very much at all, and Undercity Uprising is kind of meh. And so we're looking at these 3 cards being the reasons to play green and black, and I don't think it's good enough. Like, black is definitely good enough, but this is not good enough to, I think, make me want to play green, especially with so little Undergrowth on the green side. Everything is just focused on the black here. And while I think there is something to be said for playing heavy black and just a little bit of green, what else would I play with it? The only other color that I could splash into is white, and I don't think there is enough to really want me to play green, black, white. The synergies are a lot weaker there than some of the other color combinations. All right, let's take a look at Izzet. Steam Vents, which is, you know, an always useful land. The Invert Invent is okay. This is probably one of the weaker split cards. Piston Fist Cyclops is pretty good. We have an Izzet Guildgate for more fixing, an Izzet Locket for fixing, and then this to really enable that Spellslinger deck. It's a maybe. Like, I do like some of the cards that have in both white and in red, but it's not quite inspiring either. For black and blue, which are both decent colors, we have a removal, which I like. This is okay. Dimir Locket's okay. Whisper Agent's pretty decent as far as a 3-drop goes. Then we have another Dimir Guildgate. And this is actually something that has potential overall, I think, because the two colors are already fairly strong as it is. So it's something that these two colors I'm definitely going to be considering, as well as I think Boros, because even without these cards, they look pretty strong. But with these cards, we get one Guildgate. I'm not going to play the Garrison Sergeant. It's just not what Boros wants to do. Justice Strike, which is another form of removal. The Hammer Dropper is not that good, but I would play a Boros Challenger and even a Fresh-Faced Recruit. So Boros, Izzet, and Dimir are real choices. Everything with green is out for sure, just because I don't think anything there is strong enough. So we're going to pull all of you out. Then we also have the Guildmage's Forum, which, you know, might not actually be bad if there are enough multicolored creatures. It looks like there's not enough. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 if I'm playing 2 for each of Izzet and Boros, and that's probably not good enough to play what's eventually just going to be a bad land. So we're probably not going to be playing that. We're probably not going to be playing Gateway Plaza, because I don't think we're going to be splashing for that third. But let's go ahead and take a look at Dimir first. Alright, if we're playing Dimir, we're definitely playing Deadly Visit, Deadweight. These are definitely coming in. Ritualist will probably get played just because it's fairly good. We'll play those. We'll play the Hired Poisoner. We'll probably play the Bartisan Bats and that, just for the bodies. And then these three are questionable, so we'll put them to the side. Now looking at blue, we're definitely playing the Guildgates. The Dimir Locket's a maybe. Capture Sphere is removal. We play that. City Watch Sphinx is an endgamer, as is Watcher. The 2 Unexplained Disappearances are not bad. I'd play a Pass Wall Adept as well. And this is where it starts getting iffy. So I could play the Leapfrogs or the Wall of Mist, and then try to activate the Leapfrogs with the Unexplained Disappearances or what? Dazzling Lights? Artful Takedown is definitely coming in. Whisper Agent's certainly coming in. And then maybe let's take a look at how many creatures we have. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 creatures, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 other spells. So I'm definitely short, and I would have to play some cards that are not that amazing just to get this to the minimum number of 40 cards. So I think I'm going to put this aside and come back to it if I find that Dimir is where I really should be. But we'll pull all the blue side, put the black out for now. Even though I think the black is fairly strong just because of the amount of removal. I want to be able to come back to this if I can later. Since I already have blue out, let's go ahead and put that back out and then take a look at what Izzet will get us. Alright, Legion War Boss is always good and desirable. This is definitely not looking as good. I mean, I can definitely play some of these cards that I normally wouldn't. The payoffs, I think, are a little bit on the weak side. Yeah, I'm not really liking any of this. I do have a lot of creatures, but for creatures that require instants and sorceries, there's not actually a lot in the colors that I want to actually use. So this is actually not a very good combination here. So let's go ahead and get rid of Izzet, and then go keep the red, and see how Boros looks. Right, with Boros, I don't have a lot in the way of non-creature spells. I might play a Call of the Culprit main deck, but I do have a lot in the way of good quality aggressive creatures, and so there is a reason to play this. I'm not going to play this guy because I need more than one gate, and this is not going to get played. But a lot of these spells get played. We have, well, I'm probably going to remove the Locksmiths. They're not going to get played. but even still, what do we have here? We have 15 creatures and 6 spells, which is too short. So if I were to want to play more, and this is not ideal, I am playing an Intrusive Pack Beast and a Hammer Dropper. I could drop in perhaps a Ledev Guardian, try to power that out, and another Ledev Guardian. Doesn't feel that good, but I do think it feels better than the other decks. As much as I want to play with black, I think it's not strong enough, even with all of the blue. Like, I would be playing a lot of subpar cards to play that deck. This at least has good aggression, and I could get the curve going. I have enough small creatures that the Legion Warboss, well, the goblins will have to attack, so that's not great. But there are ways of getting this through. And in fact, with this deck, I might even play a Maniacal Rage just to really hammer their aggression. And there might be a reason to play Maximized Velocity in that case. I don't love the Smelt Ward Minotaurs. They're not amazing in this deck, but I think that they're better than Goblin Locksmiths at any rate. So maybe this is the deck that we're playing. I'll take out the Sergeant here as well and take a look here. We have 7 on the bottom, 7 spells, and we have 17 creatures. So we could actually cut something, and I think I'm going to cut one of the Ledev Guardians if I have to cut anything. Well, I don't know about the Divine Visitation. I can only generate tokens with the Sworn Companions and Legion Warboss, which I don't think is good enough for this. So we're going to pull this, and then we need to put in one card to replace it. I don't really like this Candlelight Vigil, but it's possible that it's the right thing to play because it lets my creatures that have Mentor power up other creatures. The other option is just to, again, put in another Ledev Guardian. And I don't think anything else here is really suggesting itself as a good choice. So maybe just another Ledev Guardian. Because the 2-for-1 potential is very high. Although I have Maniacal Rage in here. I think because it costs 4 mana, the blowout potential is just too great. Maniacal Rage only costs 2 mana. And I'm not really interested in blocking with an aggressive deck like this anyways. So maybe this is the final deck. And the Hammer Dropper can get these Ledev Guardians to be stronger. The Rubble Belt Boar works well to pump up with Mentor as well. The Sunhome Stalwarts are great. The Fire Urchin is not very good, but even that can accept counters fairly well. So this might actually be the deck. And then we have ways of winning it, both in the Cosmotronic Wave to just take my opponent's blockers out of the way, or the Intrusive Pack Beast to remove some blockers as well. It's not an amazing deck. Like, this is definitely not a deck that I would expect to go 4-0 at pre-release, but it is a deck that I think can win some games. Okay, now we gotta figure out how many lands we need. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 white symbols. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red symbols. So we can really just split it even because we have 1 Boros Guild Gate and get 8 plains and 8 mountains. Here's 8 plains and 8 mountains. Let me know your thoughts about this deck. If you would have rather went in one of the other guilds, let me know as well so that I can take some notes, and why is very important. If you found this video helpful or you enjoyed this video, hit like. If you'd like to see more such videos, hit subscribe. This was Refresh, and thanks for watching.